This epidemic and its devastating impact is being felt all across the country, from big cities to suburbs and small towns. More than 1 million people in the Carolinas and Virginia are under evacuation orders. Now, Florence is currently a powerful Category 4 hurricane. Here in Kensington, a local pastor is bringing community groups together. He says it is key in combating the opioid crisis. Well, guys, she did give me that Stella stare.
How was that?
Yeah. Stella stare.
Like into your soul.
Yeah, I mean, she means it. My advice this morning to folks busy searching through all those listings is to take a deep breath and prepare to become a relentless super shopper. For anyone heading out this morning, when we say drenching
torrential
rain,
downpours.
Very serious. This particular drug and going through this is unprecedented. Have you seen this type of situation in your practice? This has really been an extraordinary midterm election with a lot of folks very energized and eager to vote nationally and locally. And the turnout, well, it apparently did not disappoint. Now to Capitol Hill, where the Senate Judiciary Committee is scheduled to vote today on whether to recommend Brett Kavanaugh to the nation's highest court. Squiggles, come on down. There you are.
Hi, Squiggles. How are you?
Good morning.
We're talking about some of the pretty smart, snazzy phones that are out there right now, those smartphones that are among the holiday gift favorites again this year. Their story. That's next. Stay with us. Right, a very big surprise indeed. Mrs. Obama was in Philadelphia as part of her tour, Becoming, an intimate conversation with Michelle Obama. Now, the surprise was for 12 high school students before last night's event when she quietly walked into the room. Well, Mrs. Obama making that surprise at the African American Museum in Philadelphia, literally keeping some of the young ladies speechless. There were tears and hugs, and the First Lady gave plenty of encouraging words, including inspiration about dealing with life's transitions and overcoming your fears during their own private roundtable session.
So you don't miss college because of a few moments of fear, right? You don't miss travel because of the little discomfort that you're going to feel. And now that I'm 54 years old, transitions aren't
Don't even look like a girl.
to me.
Well, Mrs. Obama there provided copies of her book and a ticket for each of the students to her event at the Wells Fargo Center. And her popularity with fans has translated into huge book sales. Becoming, released just over 2 weeks ago, is a big hit. Bookseller Barnes & Noble saying that it already had the biggest first week sales of any book this year. Now, last night, thousands filled the Wells Fargo Center to see the former First Lady up close. Well, certainly a rock star-like welcome there for the former First Lady in South Philadelphia. Comedian Phoebe Robinson was the moderator for the big night there, and Mrs. Obama will be in Brooklyn tomorrow for another stop of her tour. There she will also be heading to 24 cities right after that, even including, Nick, London and Paris. So a real whirlwind, and I'd say a lot of books sold on this tour as well. But the girls, they loved it. I'm talking about Noah, the official live mascot of the Philadelphia Eagles. And much like the Eagles players themselves, he is one tough bird.
You're such a show-off. Yes, I know.
Proud and on his perch, Noah is the bird that zoo officials say has met more than 1 million people on tour and at the Elmwood Park Zoo.
Really neat, yeah. The eagles are beautiful creatures.
Majestic, yeah. Very, yeah, just beautiful.
And talk about an eagle with legit Eagles pride. Pictures show him posing with fans at the link in front of his official Eagles backdrop, wearing his specially designed Eagles hood and proudly keeping a close eye on the Champs Lombardi Trophy.
We have lines of people that wait to see him and take a picture with him because he's such a cool bird. A large number of people ask me if he's real, which is funny, and I'm like, yeah, he's 100% real.
And as for his fellow birds, the NFL Super Bowl champs,
it's kind of funny. We have a few players that want to come over and get a little bit closer and you know, meet him, and we have a lot of players that are a little intimidated by him. So I think that's just so funny that these big burly football players that are way tougher than I am are a little nervous about getting close to him. Meanwhile, I'm standing a foot away from him, so that's always entertaining.
Noah, who is now 17 years old with a 7-foot wingspan, is much like the eagles themselves. He's a fighter. He's undergone extensive rehabilitation, including relationship and confidence building, and is now working on flight training.
Perfect.
Good job, Noah. So we're building up his, just like the players, he's got to go to practice to build his strength and stamina for his flights.
But previously, at the age of just 8 weeks old in Maine, he fell out of a tree that was 80 feet tall, injured his head, and suffered an injury to his eye, which later had to be removed. He was able to be rehabilitated in Maine, but was unable to be released back into the wild. Elmwood Park Zoo was able to give him a forever home where he's been for 10 years, and his trainers say is doing great.
I feel like he's a great metaphor for, you know, how you can be the underdog and you can come back, and if you keep working at it, eventually you're going to get that win.
Wow, talk about showing off. This guy, I finally get a chance to meet Noah up close and personal. I think he likes me. What do you think, ladies?
I think he definitely likes you.
I think so too. And of course, he loves all Eagles fans, of course, as well. He is one distinguished bird, must we say. He's not on exhibit, but there are over 6 birds, bald eagles, that are on exhibit right here at the Elmwood Park Zoo. Go Birds!
Go Birds!